going on YouTube? This is Trey here from Team Hotheads, and I'm coming at you with my tournament report from the most recent Philadelphia Regional. It was literally yesterday. It's a bright Sunday morning, and I'm coming at you just about 24 hours after going to the Philadelphia Regional on October 6th. As you can see, I played Crusadia. Now, a lot of Team Hotheads were there yesterday. We all had our shirts on. We're looking good as a unit. My friend Josh, he played 6 Samurais. He finished 0-3-1, and he left at round 5. Our friend Nick, he played Dino Lost World. He went 1-2-1, and he also left at round 5. Left me by myself. How could they? But yeah, a lot of people were getting ties yesterday at the regional. I wish I could come here and say, oh, you know, I finished top 64, top 8 with Crusadia. Oh my God! But no, I placed 193 out of who knows how many. Guess it didn't really matter if I didn't make top 64. But I finished 4 wins, 5 losses, and a tie, like most people at the tournament. I know exactly where I lost, where I messed up, what my mistakes were, so I guess I came out better for it. But, you know, it still was a pretty disappointing day. At the end of the day, not making top 64 is always going to be a little disappointing. As far as losses, I got 1 game lost because I was late to the tournament. Can you figure that? Yeah, I got there after round 1 started. First time in the regional's history for me. So I took that round loss. I took that on the chin. I also lost to an Evoked Mech Knight artifact player who, yeah, his deck was just, there's a lot going on. I didn't really have any response to it. He flicked Artifact Sanctum. That pretty much shut down my entire Crusadia deck. And then game 2, basically the same thing. Artifact Sanctum, nothing I can do. I tied against a Trickstar player in time, like a lot of people did. He had game 1, I had game 2, and game 3 we didn't get to do. I lost a mirror. That guy was playing Crusadia Mech Knights. I was playing Crusadia with the Rescue Cat engine. And, you know, went game 1, game 2, and he got game 3. I won against a Dark World Danger deck profile. I mean, I'm pretty used to playing Dark Worlds and used to playing Dangers, so I pretty much knew what to hit, what to let go. Call by the Grave was my best friend in that matchup, so I won that game. I won against Pendulum Magicians, which was pretty cool. Twin Twister was my best friend in that game. And then also Equimax's Negate and Vanguard's ability to pop really kind of messed that player up. I also won against a Phantom Knight Danger. So I played 2 different Danger profiles at the regional. That one I actually won in time. Now I'll show you a nifty little trick you can do with Crusadias. If it's your turn, you do not have to take a tie if you're in time and you're in game 3. If you're, you know, it's one game, you do not have to take a tie with this little nifty little combo I'll show you at the end of the video. Then I lost to a Dino Sworn player who just had, oh my God, 60 card Dino Sworn. So much going on with his deck, it was just like scoop phase. He ended the board with literally 5 negates. He had Conductor, he had the Fairy Tale Snow, he had, what was it, Dolka, and Nat Beast. So at that point, I basically just was like, you know what, it's too much going on your board. There's nothing I can do about it. Literally the only way to beat that would have been open with a Kaiju and Slumber, which I did not do. Then I got a bye right before the last round, which was cool. You know, I was tired, took a nap. And the last round, I lost to a Destiny Hero build. I basically I killed myself in that thing. That probably could have ended in a tie. I don't know how the game 3 would have went, but I know in game 2 I literally I killed myself with the misplay I made. I gotta say I made it probably 3 times at the regional, and it has to do with Vanguard. The best combo with Vanguard is to flip Vanguard, bring out Riculus, and then pop a card. And I have to say I probably did it maybe 2 or 3 times. I would flip Vanguard, tribute off my Link monster like an idiot, and then bring out Riculus pointing to nothing, and then I can't use Riculus's effect. And that was pretty much just my biggest misplay of the regional. I did it, like I said, 2 or 3 times. But overall, I think I did good. I know my mistakes. I was just, you know, I just gotta play slower, I guess. But without further ado, I'm gonna walk you through the main deck, side deck, the extra deck. I guess you can see what I had in my side deck that got me a couple games. And, you know, we'll go from there. These tokens, these are my tokens. These things are beautiful. I love these tokens. If you want to know more about these tokens, hit me up in the comments, or give me a like, give me a subscribe, something like that. And I'll do a whole video about these tokens because these things are great. I got them from a buddy of mine who's here in Philadelphia. If you like some, I'm sure I could get you hooked up with them so you get tokens like these. These are custom made. So we're going to move on to the deck profile though. So starting off with the monsters, of course I played 3 Crusadia Maximus. He gives your monster double battle damage against the monster. I then had 3 Crusadia Draco. He gets your monster back. He gets a Crusadia card back from the graveyard, not monster, Crusadia card, which can come in handy. Crusadia card back from the graveyard when he's summoned to a link zone, and he also helps you chain block. I ran 3 Arborea. I mained her at 3 just because a lot of times I would just drop her to the graveyard. I actually thought about maining Foolish Burial just to send her to the grave, just so I couldn't get hit with stuff like Ghost Ogre, because I could just banish her. I had a lot of people ready to call a judge on me, like, because I had to explain to them that she works the exact same way as Return to Dragon Lords, which means, you know, after everything goes through, before my card gets destroyed, you just banish her. It doesn't activate. The only way to, like, hit this with Call by the Grave would be to hit it before you swing at my cards, which a lot of people, after game 1 seeing me do it, started doing that. Before they would swing, they would just hit Call by the Grave and get rid of this, so I couldn't use it to protect myself. The ones I ran at 2 were Leonis, and I ran Riculus at 2. I ran Leonis at 2 mainly because I am playing the Rescue Cat engine, and I didn't want to open with a Leonis in hand. I always wanted to have my Leonises in deck so I can always use my Rescue Cat. And then I feel as though most people don't really play anything in defense mode, you know, in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! If you can force a scapegoat, great, but almost no one's going to drop anything in defense mode. So his piercing damage doesn't always come up. And then the Riculus, I only played that 2 basically because I just kept looping it back with Draco. If I blew it up, I would either save it from being destroyed with Arborea, or I would just put it back in my hand with Draco. So I didn't really see the need to play that 3. That's it for the Crusadia monsters. Off to the supporting cast. I did have to give these cards back to my friend after the tournament because he let me hold them, but I was running 2 copies of Rescue Cat and 1 copy of Elephant. I do have to put the proxies here. Shout out to my friend Scott. He let me use his Rescue Cats and his Elephant for my Crusadia build. And you know, it came up great. If we could have had a 3rd Rescue Cat, it probably would have been better, but he unfortunately had 2, and I couldn't pick up 1 on my own. So the 2, it came up when I needed it. You know, I saw it if I needed it. If I opened with it, people who aren't used to playing Crusaders were just like, you know, what can you do with Rescue Cat in this deck? And I'm like, oh, you're going to find out. So, yeah, 2 Rescue Cat, 1 Elephant. For hand traps, I ran 2 Effect Veilers, 2 Cherries, and 2 Ghost Ogres. I ran them like this just because basically I could swap them out for whatever I needed. If I ended up playing anyone who didn't have any Cherries targets, this was an easy side out. If I ended up playing anyone that Ghost Ogre didn't work against, that was an easy side out. The only hand trap I had that stayed in my deck no matter what was the Effect Veiler, because I don't have Impermanence, so this is like the next best option. And then for the World Legacies, I was running 2 World Legacy Crown and 2 World Legacy Lance. This is another basically a hand trap. You swing, they think they don't really have to do anything. Damage calculation goes through, and you drop this. It puts their monster at 0. This was to stop extra deck monsters and give, you know, whatever it's pointing to 2,000. This gives whatever it's pointing to 3,000. And they both can be summoned off of Crusadia Vanguard. What I ended up having to do against a Trickstar player, because he flipped Gold's match on me, and I already had Crown out. I ended up flipping Vanguard, tributing the Crown, and bringing out the Lance, and then that's a 3,000 body, and I'm playing Trickstar, so they couldn't really get over that. So that helped me out really, really well against the Trickstar player. And then, of course, for the Kaijus, I was playing 1 Thunder King, 1 Dogeran, 1 Gamma Seal, and 1 Radion. Before I got to the original, I was running 5. I was running 5 of each. I was running 5 Kaijus. I had 2 Gamma Seals. I decided to just run 4. Just because I noticed that I was seeing too many Kaijus and not enough Crusadians. And I wanted to hopefully make a build where I was always seeing at least 2 Crusadians. And almost every loss I got was a moment where I drew my 5 cards and I only had 1 Crusadia. And that kills me, because if they stop that 1 Crusadia, I can't really go off. So pretty much every game I had where I had 2 Crusadians and they couldn't stop it, I pretty much won that game, OTK'd, or got Eco Max out and negated what they were trying to do. So yeah, the 4 worked out pretty well. Off to the spells. MVPs were Twin Twister, Call by the Grave, both at 2. This is only because it's at 2. I was on the fence about this. So I thought about putting in DD Crow instead of Call by the Grave because I can use DD Crow on my turn, like I'm going second. So if I'm going second and open with this in my hand, it's basically useless. But if I'm going second and open with DD Crow, I can still do something. But this is basically just to stop hand traps. So if I open with this and 2 Crusadians, I was pretty much golden. Anybody else playing back row or the Pendulum player, Twin Twister was just the perfect card to have. And the perfect target to pitch with Twin Twister was always Ouroborea, because then I could go off and not have to worry about my Crusaders getting destroyed. I played a lot of one-offs when it came to spells, so I played 1 Revival, 1 Power, 1 World Legacy Succession, 1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, 1 Reinforcements of the Army, and 1 Monster Reborn. The Man in the Mirror, the guy I played, he was playing Reasoning instead of Reinforcements, and I thought that was a pretty good idea, so this will probably change to Reasoning. I mean, grabbing Ouroborea if you need it is great, but just throwing out a Crusader or whatever, a Kaiju or whatever, from playing Reasoning is a little better. And the Succession worked, the Monster Reborn, everything else worked pretty much the way it was supposed to work with Crusadias. And then, of course, the only trap you really play in Crusadia is that your main deck is Crusadia Vanguard. That's essentially the only trap you main. Off to my side deck. I'll do side deck before extra deck, just because side deck, I think I side deck pretty well for this tournament. I basically side deck against what I thought I was going to have to play. I ended up not playing what I thought I was going to play. I thought I was going to be playing a lot of Sky Strikers and Gokis and Altergeist. And for my matchups, I basically got none of that. Maybe I just wasn't high enough in the top tables to have to play that kind of meta stuff. But for my side deck, I went with 2 copies of There Can Only Be One. There Can Be Only One. This took a lot of people by surprise, just in reading the text, because it basically says you can only control 1 type of each monster. Not 1 type of monster. That's what one guy read it as, 1 type of monster. Now, you can only control 1 type of each monster. So if your opponent's playing an art-type heavy deck, like in the case of the Destiny Hero guy I was playing, you know, you summon Stratos and you flip There Can Only Be One, and then their play is done. Or they summon Material Solid Man, you flip There Can Only Be One, and then their play is done because they can't bring out another warrior, which is great. 2 Mind Crush. If they search, you just kill it with Mind Crush. 2 Red Reboot. I thought I was going to have to play a lot of Altergeist, so I put Red Reboot in my side deck. If I had 3, I would have put it at 3. 1 Twin Twister, just an extra copy of Twin Twister to, you know, if I needed it. I put this in when I played the Pendulum player, just because I knew I was going to need it. An extra copy of Effect Veiler. That's like, you know, if I didn't need cherries. And Gamma Seal, these 2 basically came in. Anytime I didn't need cherries, these 2 cards came in. And then these are cherry targets in case I saw it. ABC Dragon Buster in case I saw ABC. Cyber Dragon Nova in case I saw Cyber Dragons. And then Cowboy in case I needed it. Like in case we're in time, I need a Cowboy. And then my extra deck, I was running 1 Abyss Dweller just to pretty much shut down like Gokis. No graveyard effects. Nat Beast, shut down Sky Strikers, pretty much. This also would shut down the Destiny Heroes, anything that had to search a lot. The Trickstar players like this really hit them. And then we have the 3 Magius, 2 Regalis, and 2 Equamax. I did run into a point where I really needed a second Regulus, and that it really hurt me. But other than that, the Crusadias did exactly what they were supposed to do. And just 2 other boss monsters I was playing. I had 1 Barrel Load Dragon and 1 Topological Bomber Dragon. And then another card, shout out to my buddy Scott, that he let me use for a tournament, was 1 copy of Trishbania. Again, I made sure I gave him all his stuff back as soon as the tournament was over. I didn't want to forget. The Trishbania and the Bomber Dragon were great because you can easily link up into them. I pretty much never went to Barrel Load Dragon. I didn't go into this the entire tournament. But these 2 I went to multiple times, especially if I was playing the mirror match. This was great because then they can't do their link climbing. And then Trickstars, anything that had back row, Pendulum player, Trishbania was awesome. And then these were just cherry targets. I sold Electromite and Kagari you know, their cherries targets. This this cherry target was great. Playing a Benjamin player. Game 1 opened up with cherries. Electromite was gone. He couldn't go off. Game 2 opened up with cherries. Electromite was gone. He couldn't go off. And then Game 3 opened up without cherries, but I opened up with Effect Veiler. So he summoned Electromite. I played Effect Veiler, and that was pretty much it. So he essentially never got to use Electromite the entire 3 games we played. So that is the deck. That's how I finished. I'm going to show you guys real quick how I got a win in time. So time was called, and they actually were going to try to give us a draw because, you know, they assumed, oh, well, you know, you guys are in time. There's basically nothing you can do about it. You both got to win. You know, you got to go. And I had to tell the judge, I said, wait, you know, the head judge said we have to finish our main phase. You know, finish our phase we're in, and it's my turn. I'm in my main phase. And he said, oh, well, can you do damage? I'm like, well, yeah. I guess he assumed I was going to do Cowboy, and I said, you know what, no, I can do this. So what I did was, I normal summoned Maximus, just like normal summoned Maximus. I started my Link climb. Basically what I did. So the judge is sitting there watching me, trying to see what's going on. So I go into Magius, and then I, you know, drop a Borea, I search out Draco, and I link 2 into Regulus. Then I, you know, boom, Draco, boom, boom, search, and I searched for. Where is it at? I searched for Crusadia Power. So I searched for Crusadia Power, and then I brought back Maximus to my hand. So then I go into a Link 3, and this is how I got the win. So I go into Link 3, but I don't go into Ecomax. I actually went into Topologic Trishbania, and then I set my Crusadia Power, and I also had another card. I think I had a Call by the Grave. So I set my Crusadia Power, I set my Call by the Grave, and then I summoned Maximus to Trishbania's Link Zone. So if you don't know what Trishbania does, if a monster is summoned to a Link Zone, just like Bomber Dragon, you banish the monster and all spells and traps that are currently on the field, and then your opponent takes 500 damage for every spell or trap that's banished. So I set 2 spells. And then triggered Trishbania's effect. Both my spells got banished, which burned my opponent for 1,000. So instead of getting a tie, I got the game. I just thought, I was like, you know what? That's a really good combo. I'm glad I, you know, was able to think of that and not, you know, go, oh, okay, I'll just take the tie. Because I was really just going to, I look at the time, I saw it ticking down, I saw the 1 minute going, I was really trying to get to my turn. And I go, oh man, I'm going to have to take this tie. And then I saw that I opened up with 2 Crusades. I saw he had no hand traps, and I said, you know what? I'm not taking the tie. Trishbania does this, that's what we're going to do. So that's how I ended up not getting the tie. Great, go me. But that's the deck profile. That was my tournament report. This is Trey from Team Hotheads, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And again, if you want to know more about these awesome custom tokens, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe I'll probably do like a whole video on them, just to let you guys know what's going on. But I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Trey. Peace out.